All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. I had a request in the comments to talk about this situation, so we're gonna do it in this style. This is going to be a reaction to a Dreamers Pro video called Rick Buescher mistakenly leaks info of Clutch Sports emailing media members to vote LeBron James for MVP. Emailing media members. Okay, so the thing I don't know for sure is, are these media members actually paid people by Clutch Sports? Are they on the payroll? That's what I really want to know. I assume they are, but we know Clutch Sports has been pushing this LeBron GOAT narrative like to a disgusting level. We all know it's happening, and we all assumed people were getting paid for this. We just didn't have the direct proof, and I think we might be there. So, first of all, if you want to see the original video without my commentary over it, then go check out Dreamers Pro. Great channel. I've been following Charles' stuff for quite a long time now. But before we get into the meat and potatoes here, I just wanted to point out, I've noticed a big turn over the past week or so in the media. Shannon Sharpe has kind of turned against LeBron, basically telling him he needs to be accountable for all these coaches getting fired, and how he never once stands up for a coach. He actually points this out, which is shocking for Shannon Sharpe. I've seen Perkins on ESPN also come out and speak up against LeBron recently. So this stuff is starting to happen. Michael Wilbon really dug into LeBron. Like, Wilbon hates LeBron now, and he's making it known. But it's happening all across the board. I think mainstream media might finally be fed up, because Stephen A called this out too, and he was like, we have proof now, you know? It's time to stop the charade. Anyways, everybody, like the video. If you could, it'll push this out and get the truth out to more people. I know this was a long intro, but you know, I have a lot to say about this. So let's get into this.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a crazy show for you guys, an absolutely crazy show. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, we're trying to hit 200,000 subs this month.
Damn.
We appreciate it if you supported the channel and subscribed and help us hit our goal. We appreciate that. Anyway,
good job, guys.
Let me get into this to this damn topic. This seems to be the hottest thing right now in sports, at least for us, to talk about. So what happened? Day before yesterday on ESPN First Take, Stephen A. Smith, Kendrick Perkins, and these guys went on a complete onslaught on LeBron James, like a total onslaught on him, and they were just getting in his ass, man. They were really just going at him, and we produced a bunch of shows. And
I mean, it's about freaking time, right? It's about freaking time. I have a feeling this was led by Stephen A. Smith too, because I've noticed Perk wasn't really doing it, but Shannon Sharpe, ever since he's been on ESPN working with Stephen A., he's become slightly more critical of LeBron, a little bit at a time. But after this news broke, like, that was it. Like, he's shifted his tone.
We got more stuff to talk about today. Obviously, depends on the order in which you're seeing these shows, so you want to stick around the channel. One of the reasons you want to subscribe and hit all notifications so you don't miss anything. So we're going to be talking about that. But there was something that was sent to me by one of our viewers yesterday. So he sent me a clip, and I saw the clip, and I was looking for the full clip, but I couldn't find it. But he sent me a clip of something that was very, very revealing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And what was more revealing was Keyshawn Johnson's reaction.
Okay.
Essentially what happened was there was a clip.
Keyshawn works for Fox Sports now, I believe.
He was able to find of Rick Buescher on Undisputed. And on this day, it was Rick Buescher, Keyshawn Johnson, of course, Skip Bayless.
Okay.
And they were talking about the Lakers' offseason chances and all of that. And then Rick Buescher says something that I was absolutely, like, I was so surprised, but not even surprised. I was shocked by this because I didn't even know that this is what takes place.
Well, let's be real. We're not. Well, I'll speak for myself. I'm not shocked this is happening. I'm shocked this has come to light. Is what I'm shocked about. Like we I don't know. I'll speak for myself again. I've been seeing for years how Clutch Sports is owned and operated, and how it's run, and how they're pushing so hard to shift the narrative. Hell, I even believe that the we done with the '90s movement was probably paid for by them. But what I am shocked about, Charles, is this has now come to light, and it's glorious.
Behind the scenes. So Rick Bucher's talking, and essentially he says that at a certain points in the season, he received an email. Get this, an email.
Yeah, this is it, guys.
From the Clutch Sports Agency, basically asking him to vote for LeBron James for MVP.
Now, stop right there. Okay. We know. Let's speak for myself again. Shit. I knew this kind of stuff was going on. But the funny fucking thing about this whole thing, Braun was really trying to win another MVP last year? Like this season? He was who in the world would have considered LeBron James for MVP this last season? Nobody. Like, that's the most ridiculous shit to push for. You're not going to, like, maybe try to push for, like, all defensive team or some shit, even though he doesn't deserve that. But maybe you can slip that by. But can you imagine if LeBron James actually won MVP this year? Nobody would believe it's real. So the fact that they're pushing for something so unbelievable, that's the shocking part to me.
And after he said it, I wish we could show a still of Keyshawn Johnson's face. Keyshawn had this look on his face like he knew.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah. He's like, we ain't supposed to talk about that.
That would be true, but he was like, why are you saying this out loud?
Good.
Kind of thing.
Good.
And I was like, wait. What?
Yeah, kick the fucking wall
What's
down.
going on here? That's what we want to get into. But before we even get into that, this video is brought to you by...
Sponsor. Looks like a Prize Picks one. Hey, man, get your money, Charles. Get your money. I don't even know how sponsorship works or anything like that. I'm still a newbie. That's a long sponsor spot. Damn. Doot. All right, we done? Okay. All right, here we go.
$. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel.
Yep, get that money, bro.
Thank you. So what we want to do is want to quickly play what Rick Bucher had to say. It's only about a 30 to 40 second clip. And then we're going to come back and really get into the meat and potatoes of the show. Take a listen to what Rick Bucher had to say here on Undisputed the other day.
A year older. Anthony Davis, if anybody's going to lead them, it is Anthony Davis. I was actually shocked that I got a text or an email from the Clutch Agency that was promoting LeBron James for MVP. I was like, wait a minute. He's not even the MVP of his team.
Yeah, no kidding. He's not even the best player on the team. Sorry, I won't interrupt this anymore. Let's go back.
I was like, wait a minute. He's not even the MVP of his team. This team doesn't have the record that it has, isn't where it isn't the dangerous opponent that it is without Anthony Davis being healthy.
AD's a clutch player.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Believe me, a lot of freaking flags went up when I read that. But that said,
I didn't know. Well, of course, AD is with Clutch. No wonder why he hasn't left LA.
So you heard what Rick Bucher had to say there.
Here, just in case y'all didn't hear it, in case you were scrolling through some shit on your phone or something, here, because this is important.
The other day.
A year older. Anthony Davis, if anybody's going to lead them, it is Anthony Davis. I was actually shocked that I got a text or an email from the Clutch Agency that was promoting LeBron James for MVP. I was like, wait a minute. He's not even the MVP of his team. This team doesn't have the record that it has, isn't where it is, isn't the dangerous opponent that it is without Anthony Davis being healthy. I was.
AD's a clutch player.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Believe me, a lot of freaking flags went up when I read that. But that said,
now the ironic thing about this entire thing is that he says all this thinking that the the breaking news is going to be that they were pushing for LeBron James for MVP over AD. No, bro. The breaking news is the fact that they are emailing you and pushing you in that direction to do this. That's the breaking news. Like I think he broke this without even realizing it, unless he's just a genius. And he disguised it this way, which is very possible as well.
So you heard what Rick Bucher had to say.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did, buddy. Yes, sir, we did. We heard it twice.
I see.
Yep, do it, man, do it.
Folks, Houston, we got a problem.
Oh, yeah.
We got a very, 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 very serious problem on our hands, folks. You know, just yesterday.
Real quick. I've never known another athlete to control the media like this. Never, ever. I'd have never imagined it could be possible. But here's the proof that it's happening.
And we produced a show about this. Less than 24 hours ago, we produced a show on our channel that I suggest you guys go watch of Stephen A. Smith saying on live television on ESPN First Take with a panel of Kendrick Perkins, Molly Karam, and Shannon Sharp, where he essentially said that LeBron allowed people to approach Kendrick Perkins because they did not like the narratives that he was putting out there because it did not align with their views and the message that they wanted disseminated to the public.
Yeah.
And we were like, what? You got these guys secretly confronting media members to say things that they want?
Here, let's extend this
Wait
video.
a minute. So basically, if they're not expressing the views you want expressed to the public, then you're going to tell them to say otherwise. What? Is this what really goes on in sports media? Is this what happens when you really decide to be, hey, man, I want to make the big dollars and make the big bucks? This is
Hold on. Let's stop right there, and we'll let him wrap it up. But let's see. Shocks and ESPN panels by including Michael Jordan. Nope, that's not the video I was looking for. Hold up. Okay, when was this video? This video was from 3 days ago. Okay, so we're looking for about 4 days ago. And shocking info, Kendrick Perkins removing LeBron James. I think this is it.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Removing LeBron James from GOAT debate. I think this is it. All right. I'm going to try to get right into the soundbite after the ad. And, okay.
What we want to do right now is want to play exactly what Stephen A. Smith had to say on his show about Kendrick Perkins. And I want you guys to listen carefully to what he had to say there. And then want to come back and continue on. Take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say here.
Say no more. Because at the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to. By the way, even Kendrick Perkins is rethinking his position on calling LeBron James the GOAT.
Ooh.
Because with GOAT status comes accountability.
Right.
This is not a ninth coach that LeBron James has had in his 21-year career. He's going to be on his 10th coach.
Yep.
Now Shaq had 13. Kobe had 10. You know, Jason Kidd had 9. We get all of that. Okay? But look at this right here. LeBron James, Cavaliers, Paul Silas, Brendan Malone as an interim, Mike Brown for 5 years, Heat with Eric Spoelstra. If it were up to LeBron, one could argue that wouldn't have happened because LeBron wasn't high on Eric Spoelstra when he first arrived.
Yeah.
Pat Riley just let him know, no, bro, you ain't running this organization. I am.
Yeah, he tried to get Spo fired.
Spoelstra ain't going no damn place. And sure enough, Eric Spoelstra has proven to be one of the great, great coaches in the history of the game. You got Cavaliers coach David Blatt. Well, David Griffin, the GM at the time, didn't really want Blatt. Ownership wanted Blatt, but they wouldn't have picked Blatt if LeBron James had spoken up and fought for Ty Lue, which he didn't do. So you had to deal with Blatt for a year and some games before they ultimately got rid of him and inserted Ty Lue in there, and then they won a championship. Then you got the Lakers with Luke Walton, who LeBron James did not, he inherited. He didn't pick him. But then you had something to do with Frank Vogel being there. You had something to do with Darvin Ham being there. I'm not going to even get into the fact that I don't like the fact that he didn't speak up for the brother. That would have been nice. Darvin Ham, in 2 years, take you to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, you would think you go to the Western Conference Final last year. This year, you get bounced out in the first round. But both losses were to the Denver Nuggets, who's universally recognized up to this point, up before Saturday, as the best team in basketball.
And he won a championship with Frank Vogel. Imagine that.
So I'd have done that. All right, I'd have fought for Darvin Ham. But we knew from the time that Anthony Davis spoke out about how discombobulated and disorganized they were following their Game 2 loss in Denver. We knew the days were numbered for Darvin Ham. We knew that. That's what Anthony Davis did on purpose.
So you heard what Stephen A. Smith had.
Okay. Is that all? Is that everything? Expose LeBron James secretly confronting media members. Country person check chart on live TV. I think.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanis. Want to welcome you guys.
We're marathoning this shit. Okay. Here we go.
That LeBron James can't.
Had to say here on ESPN First Take yesterday.
We're going to make sure that LeBron James camp doesn't get to pull off what they will try to pull off. Because you see, the narrative is already we're blaming LeBron James for the firing of coaches. That's not what this discussion is. What this discussion is us debating that another firing that has occurred under his watch, whether or not that compromises quote-unquote GOAT status in the eyes of a Shannon Sharpe or Kendrick Perkins or Stephen A. Smith and others. That is what the debate is.
Yeah, at least be accountable for it. I never heard LeBron say a damn thing about Vogel getting fired. I never heard him say a damn thing about Darvin Ham getting fired.
See, they'll leave. And what they'll say is, oh, LeBron James is getting blamed for the firing. We're not saying that. What we're saying is that you're not as innocent and you're not some just mere spectator in this whole scenario the way you try to pretend to be. That is what we're saying. We're not going to let LeBron James and his camp get away with that. We're not blaming him for the firing. What we're saying is you can't be as great as you proclaim to be, as we know you are, in today's NBA game, and be completely innocent and oblivious and distant, having nothing to do with the firing of yet another coach. That is impossible. That's all we're saying. But having said all of that, while acknowledging that that's a reality that he has to live with, there's a bigger narrative to touch on. And that is the fact that LeBron James has brought these debates on himself, Shannon, because of this insatiable appetite he has
to control the narrative.
narratives. It's what he does. Nobody, I repeat, nobody, no star in the history of sports has gone about the business of methodically, systematically, continuously trying to control the narrative. Yeah. And I have proof.
Yeah, and anybody who thinks that podcast he's doing with JJ Redick is really just to talk about basketball, y'all are fooled. It's not. It's a way for him to blame shift everything that has happened in his career. Every single episode, they have a new topic that they do. They just slip it in. Like the 2011 finals, how he's now blaming the minimum pay players. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go on a rant here. But, you know, that's just another method of him controlling the narrative. That's all it's for.
That podcast that him and JJ Redick
had,
let me be the first to say, it's a great podcast. You want to learn some basketball.
Yeah, watch the first 10 minutes of every video, if you want to learn some basketball. It's actually very interesting. JJ Redick breaks down a lot of cool stuff. He should be a coach. I just hope he doesn't coach the Lakers.
Listen to them brothers. I ain't throwing no shade on them. I love JJ and the job he's doing.
Yep.
I appreciate LeBron, his greatness, and his cerebral approach, educating us about the game of basketball. But why would you choose to do that in your 21st season approaching age 40? Because you know why? You want to make sure that you're the guy that gets to put your fingerprints on narratives. Because you have proven throughout the years that you care about that. Well, we're here to say, yo, you got your approach, we got ours. You got your penchant for control of the narrative, we got ours. And oh, by the way, you're talking about you. So therefore, you ain't gonna be but so objective. We, on the other hand, are going to be very objective. Shannon, you and I disagree, but we don't fail to acknowledge the greatness of LeBron James and how he's on the Mount Rushmore of basketball. Kendrick Perkins, you are a friend. You've known this man for decades, which is why you repeatedly will tell people to kiss your ass when they come to you trying to tell you how you supposed to be talking to and about LeBron James.
Wait. This is what it is. This is what we're here for. Okay, listen to this.
Which is why you repeatedly will tell people to kiss your ass when they come to you trying to tell you how you supposed to be talking to and about LeBron James. Who the hell are they? Because you know them. You see what I'm saying? But you've had to do it. Why did you have to do it, Kendrick Perkins? Because that man allowed people to approach you to try to infiltrate a narrative he may have disagreed with that you, me, Shannon, or somebody else has put forth. This is what he does. This is what he has done, and there is no escaping that.
Yeah, we're gonna play that back just one last time. Okay, just that last part. Okay, because it's really important. Because it's saying like, okay, the email's the email, cool. People are approaching Perkins because he's on a panel with Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith, and they're telling him how and what to say about LeBron James to the mainstream media on ESP, on ES freaking PN. Okay? So we're going to do it again. Okay? And Perkins, I saw this. Perkins does not dispute any of this. He shakes his head.
Because you know him. You see what I'm saying? But you've had to do it.
But you've had to do it.
Why did you have to do it, Kendrick Perkins? Because that man allowed people to approach you to try to infiltrate a narrative he may have disagreed with that you, me, Shannon, or somebody else has put forth. This is what he does. This is what he has done. And there is no escaping that.
It's literally disgusting. Like, this is beyond politics at this point. Like, it's embarrassing, too, to care this much about what other people think of you. Like, LeBron James is literally the most insecure athlete I've ever seen.
What Stephen A. Smith had to say. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When he said that, I was floored. I was actually floored, and I'll tell you why. There's been this kind of running joke in the NBA community, especially among fans, that certain voices in sports media are bought and paid for by Clutch.
Oh, yeah, we've known. We've known.
And whenever you see somebody, to use the word, glazing super hard, people begin to speculate like, yo, they must have got to him. They must have got to him, right?
And that's how I feel about JJ Redick now. He used to be way more open-minded, but now he is actually actively pushing these narratives. And on one podcast, he'll be trying to, promote LeBron James. On the next podcast, like he just did with Shaq the other day, he's trying to diminish, again, the 90s. Diminish the 90s. You know who's paying him. You know. Now he's homies with LeBron James. guess what? Now you got to do and say what LeBron's camp tells you to fucking say. So JJ Redick it's unfortunate. I was over the last year, I've been a JJ Redick fan because he had his own podcast and he was speaking his own mind, and kind of an inspiration for a guy like me who just wanted a platform to speak his piece. And to see him now becoming a paid freaking shill for LeBron James is really disappointing. The guy didn't need money, man. Come on. He had a great NBA career. He's making money off his podcast. He's got multiple podcasts. But he had to do this damn podcast with LeBron James. And now he sold his soul. And he's compromised. I can't listen to a damn thing that he says about anybody and believe that it's true. Because it's not. If he's just talking about basketball in general, strategy, I can listen to that. I can watch that. But any of his opinions now about any basketball player is completely void and null. And it's sad.
And it seems to be like a running joke, but then it's not a joke. Because there's some truth to this, and I believe that there are a few people out there that you can attribute this to. I remember a number of years ago on Undisputed when Shannon Sharp used to be there, and this was when Joy Taylor used to be the moderator, and it was her, Skip Bayless, Steven Jackson, Shannon Sharp. And Joy Taylor said something. She said the quiet part out loud. She said, I know why all of a sudden Shannon became a LeBron guy. And Skip was like, what was going on here? He was like, I heard they got to him. And Steven Jackson was like, yeah, I heard that too. So the question is who? Who is the they?
Clutch Sports.
Who's the
Clutch
they?
Sports.
Because if you listen to a person like Shannon Sharp, in 2011, he was saying the only people that are ahead of Michael Jordan and Kobe were God when it comes to basketball. Fast forward years later, now all of a sudden Jordan ain't the GOAT. Now all of a sudden Kobe went from 2 to 9. And you're like, bro, what happened?
Yeah.
What's going on here, right? But I believe this is true. Of course, Nick Wright, he's represented by Clutch Sports. And you have so many other guys out there. And it makes total sense. The problem I have with what Stephen A. Smith said is, for whatever reason, LeBron feels he can't win on the merit. He can't do it based off of merit.
They gave up on it. He can't be the GOAT outright. There's nothing he could do to actually be the GOAT. Factually, numbers, accomplishments, he could never pull it off. It's over. He blew it. So now the only possible method is to diminish everybody else. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, JJ calling everybody plumbers and firemen or whatever the fuck he did, electricians. That's the only method that they have left, is now diminish everybody else in his path to make him the only light available, the only option available for the GOAT. That's their method. That's why I say it's political, because that's what you would do in politics. You get elected by crushing everybody who's in your way, destroying them, destroying their character.
What do I mean by that?
And to say, where's this coming from? I mean, LeBron James owns a media company called Clutch Sports. So that right there is the most telling thing you could. I mean, after that, I already knew what was going on. What kind of active player would own a media agency? Why would you do it? Why else would you do it except for to push your narratives? It's the only reason why anybody would do it.
And you can't convince people that you're the GOAT with your play, your accolades, and all of those things. So since you know you can't do that, you now have to take the sneaky route, which is to get the people to then go on TV to promote you. Mm-hmm. And I need to burst the bubble for people out here. The vast majority of what people feel about who's the greatest player in this, a lot of it has to do with the people talking about these people on television. If you notice now, the new player that's being promoted is Anthony Edwards. They keep saying Jordan, reminds you of Jordan, reminds you of Kobe, reminds you of Jordan. They say it enough. Next thing you know, you're going to be asking, well, does he remind me of Jordan? Well, does he remind me of Kobe? Does he really? I don't know. That's what's going to happen next. But this is damning. This is damning. Mm-hmm. But Stephen A. Smith has always subtly referred to this. he said he will go out here and say something, and then Rich Paul approached him. Why'd you say that? Why'd you say that? It's like, well, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, this has happened where Stephen A. basically, all right, Rich Paul came up to him and was pissed off and saying like why won't you say LeBron is the GOAT? And he was like, I have him at my number 2, but MJ's my GOAT, but LeBron's my number 2. And the guy's like, well, that's disrespectful to LeBron. And Stephen A. Smith is like, the fuck it is, Jesus. Like he has to, it's bully ball is what it is. It's a bully tactic. So Stephen A. Smith is not a fan of Clutch Sports. I'll tell you that much. And I'm not the biggest Stephen A. fan, but ever since he's had a YouTube channel, he is fucking spouting out some truth on there, man. So I might just not like Stephen A. Smith, the ESPN analyst. I might actually like Stephen A. Smith, the dude, though. It's still up for debate.
Are people not allowed to have their views unless it concurs or aligns with the views you want them to have?
That's what's going on.
Are they not allowed to have their views? And it goes to show you. That's why I said the entire Jordan versus LeBron debate, and I got LeBron in my top 5, I think is made up of a bunch of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
It's a magic show.
Is.
It is a magic show.
So many of you guys have been fooled to think that this was real. LeBron James never belonged in a conversation. There's some of my friends that I'm going to need them to watch this video when I put it out, because talking to them about it, they don't understand. They've been brainwashed.
I don't believe it's based more in reality. I think it's based off of people on television that are bought and paid for to go out there and twerk it up all over the place, knock over people's drinks, run up and down the hallway
Gyrating.
hollering and screaming while slapping each other with honey, talking about go James, go James, go James. Yeah, that's him. That's what I believe. I don't believe it's based on anything that is tied to reality. This is my personal view. And the reason I say that is because all of their arguments, for the most part, are nonsensical ass backwards. But to hear Stephen A. Smith say that, and trust
It's a big
me,
deal.
they're going to try to get, why'd you say that? Why'd you, like, yo, bro, let the truth speak.
Oh, Stephen A. don't give a fuck anymore.
Let it speak. For Stephen A. Smith to say this, why do I give his words credibility? Because he knows all these people.
Yeah, and I got the distinct, when I watched the original ESPN footage of this with Perk, I got the distinct impression Perk told Stephen A. about this and didn't know what to do with it. Because Perkins was probably sick. He got fed up. He was sick and tired of being told what to say. And for a good couple of years there, he was compromised. It was obvious. He would goat James, goat James, goat James. That's all he would talk about was goat James. He was totally compromised. I'm sure he was getting paid pretty well. But I think he got in too deep and he went to Stephen A. because it's his show. It's Stephen A's show. So I got the distinct impression that he was like, bro, what do I do? You know? And so Stephen A spoke for him. And he spoke for him right in front of Perkins. And Perkins did not object. And if all he did was confirm everything. So that's why I have that impression was Perk was probably actually a little scared. That's how disgusting this is.
They've been on his shows. He knows all of them. But I was shocked. I didn't know LeBron took it that far. Him and his camp took it that far where they meet people. Why didn't you have this view? Why don't you have that view? It's like, why isn't your play enough?
Yeah, it's mafia style.
Why isn't it enough? I remember the time Shannon Sharp called out LeBron for his Miami Heat comments that the Miami Heat didn't do anything. And then Gilbert Arenas, person I'm friendly with, got mad at Shannon. Why are you saying stuff about... He's like, he's not allowed to say... He only supposed to say positive things? Is that the rule? Mm-hmm. Man, nah. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys...
Man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Game you have to play. This is what you have to do. Is this what it entails?
So now we've gone full circle, okay? So that's where it started, was with Perk. And this is where we are now. So now it's like we've got multiple sightings or sources confirming all of this. Very similar to we all saw the signs that LeBron was trying to get Spo fired, but it wasn't confirmed until D Wade came out and talked about it. Okay, and then after that, Pat Riley just nailed it in and confirmed it all. You know, so once you get those two confirmations, it's like, okay, this shit's real.
A bunch of journalists up there twerking it up all over the place, slapping each other with honey,
gyrating.
running up and down the hallway, hollering, "Go James, go James." Is that what it is? Is that really what
Yep,
it is?
that's what it is.
Why y'all sending emails to ask people to solicit votes for you for MVP? My argument is, why can't it just be based on merit? You do the work, we observe the work, we scrutinize the work, and say, hey, listen, you deserve it, or he deserves it, or the other
That's
guy
how the real
deserves it.
world works.
Why do we need to go into all of these extracurricular activities to get people to do it? And let me tell you something interesting that happened. I noticed it this morning.
Hey,
how
can't get
to-
a promotion? Can't get a raise? Eliminate everybody who's better than you at the workplace. Eliminate them. Now you're up for a raise, aren't you? That's the LeBron method.
Control narratives of ESPN. And it's how they fool a lot of you boo-boo the fools out there.
Boo fools.
Kendrick Perkins went on ESPN yesterday, and he said, day before yesterday, and said he thinks LeBron should retire, and he thinks that the more he plays is hurting his legacy. Guess what happened today on ESPN?
Yeah.
They brought up the exact same question, and guess what Tim Legler said? No, I think it's helping his legacy. ESPN got to be a joke.
Yeah, so Legler is probably paid off. And then just the other day, even though the whole thing's humorous to me, they made LeBron fans made a big fuss about Perkins making a top 5 all defensive players list. Put Michael Jordan on there, left LeBron James out. Not a surprise. Actually, I don't know if I'd have Michael Jordan on there. That's a whole different conversation. Top 5 all time. I don't know if I would have done it. But the point was that he didn't have LeBron James on there, which is funny because of course he's not on there. He's not even like a top 1,000 defenders of all time. But once again, the whole point of this is 6 months ago he would have put LeBron James on there. You know he would have. So I think Perkins is now broken free.
They're so transparent. These are the people that are giving us sports.
Yeah, that's why.
The question I
That's
have
why I
is,
go to YouTube.
who do we know out there in sports media that's actually saying what they actually think?
That's why I don't watch mainstream media when it comes to sports anymore. I stopped for quite a while now. I only watch some clips on YouTube just to get caught up with what the bullshit is. But I stopped. It was disgusting. It made me want to throw up. And this is why. It's all been confirmed now. And I'm really happy it's all been confirmed. I wasn't crazy. This shit was all real. But I've been going to YouTube because of this. That's how I got into this game, was because I was going to YouTube to get the reality, the real views, what real humans with real opinions who are not being paid by, they're not being whatever, they're not getting a paycheck from Clutch Sports. And eventually I decided to add my voice to the game. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what Charles was doing too. He got sick. He got fed up with it.
This needs to be the new challenge. The new challenge is say what you
Yeah,
believe.
no shit. How hard is that?
Who are the people? I think they're very, very few. Very few.
They won't
The
last
rest
long.
of them are busy playing the political game. These guys should go into politics.
Straight up, Charles.
They talk about politicians. Y'all should just join
Yeah,
politicians.
me and Charles see.
Y'all are not concerned with the audience. The audience is just people to just watch them up there, basically shake each other's hands in front of cameras and do all of that other stuff. They're not up there to really say what they did. There are a few people that used to call it like it is, and I'll say some of the names. That's from my personal view. Steven Jackson used to.
Stuart Scott, I miss you.
I haven't followed Steven Jackson much recently, but he used to keep it funky on TV, especially when he was on the show Speak for Yourself, that's now turned into Speak. Go back and watch some of Steven Jackson's old clips. He used to keep it real.
He talks about it now, though. That's why he moved to YouTube. Was it All the Smoke? I believe is their company with Matt Barnes. Yeah. You couldn't get away with it. You couldn't get away with speaking the truth.
On those shows. Like, real. He used to call it exactly like it is. Matt Barnes used to do it on ESPN First. Not ESPN First Take. On ESPN a few times.
That's why they
He used
joined
to do
forces.
it. Who does it now? Today, in my personal view, Charles Barkley does it.
Yeah, he does.
Charles Barkley is saying what he truly
The
believes.
TNT guys, all of them. They keep it real.
The rest, I can't really call it. The rest, I just cannot call it. There's some people, you look at them, they look like they're about to say what they really think, and they'll hold back. Nah, let's not say it like that. Oh, let's not say it that way. Nah, we don't really want to say that. We don't really want. That's why Rachel Nichols was getting so uncomfortable yesterday with Paul Pierce when he was talking. We did another show about that. You should go watch that. This is what sports media is all about. This is it. This was it. This is it.
The sad thing about Rachel Nichols is she's been fired over this before, so she's afraid she's going to be fired again. I would like Rachel Nichols to just do your own YouTube channel. You know, say it how it is. Everybody, this was a very long video. This was actually supposed to be a short video. I had a feeling I had a lot more to talk about this topic than I thought I did when I hit that record button. But this whole issue, it's not something I want to talk about often. The whole thing makes me sick. But here it is. We have our confirmation, and then we have our extra nail in the coffin for all the confirmation that we need that this shit is real. This shit is going on. And if you click off this video now and you turn on ESPN, you've learned nothing. You've learned nothing, and I apparently did not do my job because you are just being fed bullshit, poison, the punch. And good luck to you, but hopefully you're aware that that's what you're doing. Like a drug addict going back and shooting up some more heroin, you know? You know it's bad for you, but you're going to do it anyway. So I hope you don't. There are channels like Dreamers Pro, if you like my channel. I mean, honestly, all the stuff that I react to, man, subscribe to those channels, watch their stuff. You know, I'm only reacting to channels that I believe are telling the truth. Jimmy High Roller is the only one in question right now, but I'm still giving him a shot. But I'm watching him. I might not be able to react to his stuff in the future if I feel like he's being paid off. But okay, everybody. There's going to be plenty of stuff to talk about in the comments down below. So please do it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your take is on this. Is there more info I'm lacking here? And if you could source it with some links to some videos, and maybe I'll do a part 2 in the future on this. Please leave this video a like. I'm asking that so it can push out this video. We'll get the truth out, because now is the time. If we're gonna get the fucking truth out, now is the time, because mainstream media is actually starting to kick down this door. All right, everybody, subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching, and peace out.